From a packed Estadio Doroteo, Guamuch, Flores here in Guatemala City, Guatemala. It is Concacaf Nations League, and tonight it is Guatemala playing host to Panama. I'm Josh Eastern. Thanks so much for being with us here tonight. A perfect evening here in the capital city of Guatemala, where these two Central American nations are ready to clash, and this should be a really fun one. This crowd has been filling in this stadium for quite some time as the two managers, Thomas Christensen and Luis Fernando Tena, shake hands prior to this one here tonight. But we are in League A and Group A, and it was a good start for both Panama and Guatemala in their first matches. Panama taking down Martinique by 3-0, while Guatemala took a 2-0 win over El Salvador. And both of these teams coming off very positive summers, of course, for Thomas Christensen's side, going to the Concacaf Nations League Final Four. To see some traveling fans coming north from Panama, and of course, Panama also finishing as runners-up in the Gold Cup. As for Guatemala, they bowed out in the quarterfinals of the Gold Cup, but a positive summer for them to get out of the group stage, and they are really starting to climb the FIFA rankings as well. They've been making some moves over the last couple of years, starting in League C in Nations League in the first edition in 2019-2020, last time in League B, and now they are in the big time, if you will, in this competition, and these fans are ready for it here tonight. What an atmosphere it is bound to be. Of course, these two teams, they have not played competitively since 2005. That is when they met in FIFA World Cup qualifying. But tonight, a competitive match between these two here in Concacaf Nations League. Remember, it's the top two teams that will move on to the quarterfinals after the October window. The teams, though, are making their way out onto the field. We will hear the national anthems of both Guatemala and Panama as we are building you up to first kick. It's the Concacaf Nations League, Group A, League A.
Damas y caballeros, les pedimos ponerse de pie para el himno nacional de Panamá.
De tu cielo, que conforme a la esplendida luz.
continuar de pie para el himno nacional de Guatemala.
Boy, is this crowd ready to go tonight at Estadio Doroteo, Guamuch, Flores. You see the Guatemalan flag uses a tifo over the crowd on the far side, and all the passion that both anthems were sung with here tonight. As we look at today's starting lineup, so Luis Fernando Tena puts out this 11 for Guatemala, of course, coming off the 2-0 win over El Salvador the other day. Just one change, it's Jorge Aparicio coming in, the experienced midfielder. For Rodrigo Saravia, another experienced midfielder, he will start on the bench tonight for Guatemala. Just a few days of rest in between the two matches for both teams. Both teams played on Thursday. And then, of course, the travel factored in as well. As we take a look at our officials, Said Martinez of Honduras will be the man in the middle. Walter Lopez and Christian Ramirez will be today's ARs, and Raul Castro of Honduras will be today's fourth official as well, an all Honduran crew for this Central American clash. The two captains coming together as well, Jose Pinto of Guatemala and Anibal Godoy of Panama. One final photo op for the officials and the captains as well. No VAR in effect here tonight as we look at Thomas Christensen starting 11 for Panama. Features two changes, out go Mejia and Guerrero, in go Waterman and Zamudio. Mejia, of course, taken off at halftime during that 3-0 win over Martinique, and Cesar Zamudio will make his first competitive start for Panama tonight. And with that, we are ready to go from Guatemala City. These fans and highly anticipating this one tonight. They have been ready to go for quite some time. Applause from the players as well. Well, the last time that Guatemala played a competitive match here in this venue, we have to go all the way back to March 27th, a 4-0 win over French Guiana. It was a game that Guatemala had to win the group and advance on here to League A and qualify directly to the Gold Cup. They got the job done that night. Tonight, it's about getting 6 points out of the first two games for both of these teams. And let's see who will come out on top after these 90 minutes. There's the whistle, and away we go momentarily. Now Karaski is ready. It's Panama and it's Guatemala. Panama in red. It is Guatemala in white. A big one tonight, League A, Group A. One of three matches across League A and Group A tonight. The other one going on now, Martinique and Curacao. El Salvador will take on Trinidad and Tobago as well. And already some pushing and shoving with Cesar Blackman going to ground. Not even 30 seconds in. Boy, if this is setting the stage. Let's take a look at this again. Aparicio, just a push in the back. Let's see what came after. Oh, he stepped right on his left hand. I don't think it was anything other than that, but that is no doubt going to hurt. Already, tempers flaring on both sides. And the referee will issue a yellow card to Coco Carrasquilla just moments into this game. A player who received the Player of the Tournament award in the Gold Cup. He has really made a name for himself, both on the international and club stages. Coco Carrasquilla, the Houston Dynamo, leading them into the US Open Cup final in a few weeks. It's Lionel Messi and Inter Miami, but tonight he will start with an early yellow card. Now standing over this is Eric Davis, and he'll just play this towards midfield. Gonna loft this forward. Into the middle it goes. Gallardo trying to chase that down as it runs all the way out of play. Rubio Rubin and Nicholas Hagen, a couple of players that really made a name for themselves in the Gold Cup this summer. Nicholas Hagen scoring some important goals in that final match of the group stage. Boy, Red Bull Arena was absolutely jumping when they got that win against Guadeloupe, a win they had to have. And of course, Rubin scoring twice in that game. Nicholas Hagen saving a penalty to advance them on to the quarterfinal stage, where they bowed out of the competition to Jamaica. Rubin's through the middle. They couldn't get the ball over to him as Galindo was dispossessed. And now Panama a chance to come forward. And here's Eric Davis. Lifting the cross in, it's too close to Hagen. Mendez Lang. Looking to roll this into the path of Rubin, but broken up by Jose Cordoba. The last competitive match these two teams played was all the way back in 2005 in World Cup qualifying. You go back to the last match in all competitions they played, March 12th of this year, a 1-1 draw in San Jose, California. A friendly on that night. Darwin Lom scoring a penalty kick. Carlos Harvey scoring the goal for Panama on the night as this runs past the end line. Panama has to be very pleased about what they've been able to accomplish here in 2023. 7 wins, 4 losses, 3 draws in all competitions. Of course, the runners-up in the Gold Cup, losing out to Mexico at SoFi Stadium back in mid-July. Playing some very big games, playing 2 competitive matches against Mexico, losing both of those games, though. Third-place game in Nations League back in June. As you see the foul. They knew what they had to do in March to advance on to that Final Four of Nations League, and they were able to get the job done against Costa Rica, a game that they had circled for quite some time on their calendar. It was the last Nations League game that they played in the last edition. They did not lose in that last edition in the group stage, and trying to keep that going here in this new edition. And It's picked up and played ahead. Gallardo, some contact, it's a penalty. Just 5 minutes gone, and Panama will go to the spot. Jose Ardon getting caught defensively, and a chance for Panama to take an early advantage on the road. Slip pass in behind. You saw the contact there with Gallardo going to ground. The referee looking at it from his vantage point from behind the play. I don't think there's any question about it. Well, Nicholas Hagen, he made a big penalty kick save in the Gold Cup group stage match against Guadeloupe to keep Guatemala alive in that competition. Stakes aren't quite as high right now, but Anibal Godoy and Eric Davis having their thoughts about who will take this penalty. This will be Eric Davis. Davis scores! And Panama silences the crowd here in Guatemala City. It's 1-0. The only ones making noise are those making the trip from Panama. It is 1-0 to Los Canaleros. A big early goal for Panama, sending Nicholas Hagen the wrong way. It's just his 7th international goal. And it's his first since last January of 2022, World Cup qualifying. A 3-2 win over Jamaica. Last 2 goals he has scored have come in 3-2 wins. Maybe that's a sign of things to come tonight. But a big goal there for Panama to get off on the right foot. And what's the response going to be from Guatemala? They barely had anything coming forward, but now it's Carlos Mejia. Off to the far side. The header steered towards goal, but wide. High degree of difficulty there from Jose Morales. That's a good response. He's a bit too tall for him to try to get something onto his foot. And now Panama will start the goal kick. Escobar touches it into play. Another throw in here to Panama. This crowd trying to get back into it now. A turnover. An early goal, especially a penalty, can really change a game. What is the reaction going to be? It seems to have been positive so far from Guatemala. They play this down the line. Aparicio will not keep this in play. It rolls over the end line. Fidel Escobar doing well defensively. Saprissa center back. Into the nerves maybe for Cesar Zamudio. His first competitive start, he got 45 minutes the other night in the 3-0 win over Martinique, and another yellow card is shown. The first going Guatemala's way. Coco Carrasquilla picked one up for Panama in the opening 30 seconds. Another look at this one. Aparicio just clattering into Cecilio Waterman. pardon me, that foul is going against Panama. So a free kick here for Oscar Castellanos, and it is Cecilia Waterman who has picked up the yellow cards. So 2 yellow cards early to Panama as this one's lifted in. It'll bounce out of play, and it's the game's first corner kick. It comes for Guatemala. The outswinger, as the heads go up, Pinto couldn't get his head to it. Now maybe a chance to break. Carrasquilla is leading that break. Options to either side. He'll go off to the left. Gallardo's in the middle. Chance to take this, and Hagen makes the save, and then he covers it up. Well done by Nicholas Hagen. And a strong counter-attacking move as Ismael Diaz got good power behind the shot, but it was just right at the Guatemala netminder. Aparicio for a wide distribution. Ardon dispossessed momentarily. They'll get a throw-in out of it. Mejia wants to go quickly. Ardon gets the cross away. It's nodded clear by Andrade. It'll be another corner kick. Alejandro Galindo putting his body on the line there to get in front of Eric Davis. Castellanos. Godoy got his head to it first. Carrasquilla goes down quickly though by Aparicio. Mendez Lang. The cross. The header is over the bar. Rubio Rubin, his first chance on goal tonight. And a good connection between Mendez Lang and Rubin. Those two really combined well in the Gold Cup as well. Trying to keep that momentum going. Both of these teams really on the rise in Concacaf. The disappointment had to be there from Panama not making the World Cup last year in Qatar. So their bitter rivals, Costa Rica, just edging them out. They have really come back here in 2023 and put together a strong campaign and trying to get into those quarterfinals to potentially get a spot in Copa America coming up next summer. Another move here for Panama. A shot, pardon me, the cross blocked down. Will bounce all the way to the end line, and it's out for the first Panamanian corner of the night. Andres Andrade. Carrasquilla is standing over it. Said Martinez, like a quick word. Carrasquilla delivers. Hagen there to punch it away. Blackman, who will come all the way across the field, it looks like, to take this. Long throw. This one laid off, Carrasquilla. Is it blocked? Carrasquilla again. Maybe thought he was fouled. Guatemala win this back. It's quickly covered as Cordoba goes back for Zamudio. Long distribution. Castellanos. Ismael Diaz trying to turn the corner and dispossessed again. Aparicio. Nearly a loose pass, Ardon. Aparicio breaks it up yet again. He's covered a lot of ground in that midfield thus far for Guatemala. Seems like Panama is just 1 or 2 passes away from unlocking this Guatemalan midfield and defense. Mejia battling in the middle. The elevator doors of Cordoba and Andrade close quickly there on Mendez Lang. Zamudio scoops it up. I think the same can be said the other way as well, though. Guatemala has gotten themselves in some very good areas. Here's Fernando Tena looking on. Of his assistants that's in the technical area. Panama just keeping the ball here. Andrade. Misplaced pass. Comes in for Mendez Lang. This one comes in, Mejia. Right through the middle, Mejia broke it up again. It nearly fell for Rubio Rubin. Now a foul. Tugging on that right leg, and Waterman going to the ground. Over the top, it's there for Diaz to run onto. Ismael Diaz cuts it in. Diaz! Over the bar. Second time he's had a good look at goal tonight. First one he forced to save. This one, though, he went for the power. Looking for that top right corner. Great angle there. Eric Davis. He's blocked out of play. So far, the penalty kick is the difference in this game. Panama getting off to an early advantage. Davis. Hagen there to hold on to it. Jose Fajardo was contesting for it. Pinto distributes. Mendez Lang trying to motor his way up the line, and it's broken up. And Carrasquilla is caught. Free kick to Panama. Bit of a chippy game at times here tonight, but Said Martinez has got a good hold on things. Guatemala's had a bit more of the ball in this game, but obviously Panama has what matters at this stage. Panama looking for it again. Davis steps on it, turns it back. Godoy and Carrasquilla formed a really nice partnership in the middle here in 2023. Godoy, of course, for Nashville in Major League Soccer. Carrasquilla made a name for himself with the Houston Dynamo in MLS as well. Moved out wide, it's Davis. He's trying to come in and cleared away. Godoy collects again in the middle, right at the midway point of this first half. Carrasquilla. Carrasquilla, so smooth on the ball. He gets it right back. The back heel for Waterman. Davis. For Diaz, now the overlapping run, and the cross is fired over everybody's head and out of play. It was Andres Andrade coming forward. Falls into the path of Cesar Blackman. Trying to turn the corner, he cuts it back. Andrade. Well, Panama, the first thing that, one of the things that Thomas Christensen talked about this week was trying to take the crowd out of this game. He knew coming on the road here would not be an easy away day. And I think you could see from when they were walking onto the field just how hostile of an environment this could be, but getting a penalty in the opening 5 minutes was obviously very important in taking the crowd out of it, but these yellow cards are not going to help them stay quiet, as another one has just been issued, and this one goes to Cesar Blackman, and I wonder if there might be another one coming to the Panamanian bench. It's a yellow card to Thomas Christensen. That'll get the crowd going. Lunging in, and I wonder if that left hand may have caught the Guatemalan player. Regardless, he was late. Now, a few important players on yellow cards at each level of the field for Panama. A defender, a midfielder, and a forward. Mendez-Lang trying to drop this off, and Davis wins it back. It deflects out of play, another throw incoming. This one flicked down the line, just touched away. Mejia is feeling the pressure from behind, and now Carrasquilla can look upfield. Good defending by Jose Pinto, and Guatemala trying to come right back through the middle. Carrasquilla just so clean on the ball. Diaz, who went down away from the ball, will play on. Long switch of play. That come off a hand. The referee, now he spots it, and the free kick will go the other way. And you can see it just glance off that left hand of Eric Davis. He drops it off. Samayoa. Ardon keeps it moving. Mendez-Lang is onto it. Nathaniel Mendez-Lang. Now Mejia serves it in to the back post. It's headed clear. It's Castellanos chasing after it. Here he is. Morales. Back for Castellanos. Here's Samayoa. Flicked forward and then headed away. And then it's turned over. Carrasquilla into throwing out of that whole sequence. Guatemala's getting in good areas, but it's not necessarily turning into opportunities. Long switch. Blackman, too tall for him. Here's Hagen. Guatemala just trying to build back into this game. Samayoa lofting it forward and cleared away. Mendez-Lang just got enough on that pass. Castellanos. Pinto. Bouncing in towards the top of the area, and nobody was there to retrieve it. And now it's Blackman. Waiting for some red shirts to come back. Deflected shot. And right into the arms of Nicholas Hagen, who wants to distribute quickly. Aparicio. Locked down by Carrasquilla. Well, Luis Fernando Tena said coming out of that El Salvador game, there are many things to improve. He said if we want to have a better result with Panama, we have to make a much better game than they did against El Salvador. We've seen them struggle in a few areas. But he did go on to say, we have earned the respect of our rivals. I don't think anybody will go up against this Guatemalan team in this sort of form. I think it'll be an easy night. This atmosphere mixed with what they've been able to accomplish on the field, the players they have brought in as well. Nathaniel Mendez-Lang, one of those players. He's making just his 5th cap. Over the top, Hagen had to nod that away. It was Fajardo bearing down on him very quickly. And he's trying to get back into this play. No foul, play on. Here's Carrasquilla. Carrasquilla, and is taken by Hagen. Pinto. Rubin off his chest. Rubin trying to get it right back. This does stay in play. Mejia thought he was fouled, but play on. Look at all of this space to run into. Cesar Blackman. Blackman, it was a deflected cross. Diaz tries to bring this down. Deflects off to the near side where Mendez-Lang trying to get this away. Again, Guatemala look forward. Pinto. Cross coming in. Good first touch to bring it down. But it was poked away yet again. Cordoba there in central defense. And Carrasquilla will just hold on to it here. Godoy. Broken up in the middle. And Mejia again charging upfield. And Panama is trying to get on the counter. It seems like there have been red shirts to follow. When Guatemala have tried to counter, haven't been quite as many bodies coming forward. Just how many people have had to be in deeper lying roles for Guatemala to defend this Panamanian attack. Morales did well under pressure. Chasing after this, Rubin, Castellanos, and now Mejia. Mejia is trying to chip it forward again for Rubin. And Zamudio flying off his line. Luis Fernando Tena thinking things over here. Better chances have come for Panama, and of course the penalty in the opening 5 minutes helping them to an early lead. Aside from that, Nicholas Hagan, his backline for Guatemala, have done enough. And that is going to be the first yellow card of the game for Guatemala, and it will go against Carlos Mejia. Mejia, the first Guatemalan player cautioned tonight. Panama get on with it here. Closing it on halftime. 8.5 minutes plus stoppage time. Goal could really change things for Guatemala. They can get back into this. The flag is up for offside. Pinto just took his eye off it. And now look at all this space for Panama to run into. Ismael Diaz leading the charge. The shot is over the bar again. Had options in the middle. You could see the reaction from Cecilio Waterman. Look at the numbers here. 3-on-1 pretty much. Samayoa, though, closing down that space and making it a tough decision for Diaz. If he squares that ball, it is probably 2-0. Samayoa. Here's Mejia. Back for Ardon. Lofted ball forward. And this will bounce all the way out of play. Too far for Castellanos. The ideas are there for Guatemala. The execution has just been lacking a bit. Five shots in this game for Panama, just 2 for Guatemala. Andrew Galindo. See the amount of cautions that have been given out here tonight. Nothing for the faint of heart as this one rolls in. Rubin battling, still alive. Galindo took a swing at it, and it was blocked. Appeals for penalty go unanswered. The other game currently going on in Group A is Martinique and Curacao. Curacao losing the other night against Trinidad and Tobago, so both of those teams desperately in need of 3 points tonight. Look at this group, you'd probably say Panama one of the favorites, but for that second spot, Guatemala, Curacao, Trinidad and Tobago, Martinique, El Salvador, all very solid teams. Of course, El Salvador getting into World Cup qualifying, the final round of it. leading up to the World Cup in 2022. A lot of those nations trying to make a name for themselves, get into the quarterfinals. Be a big opportunity. Played over the top, Mendez-Lang. Headed away, Andrade prevents a corner kick. 4 minutes to go in this first half. Mendez-Lang. Turned over. And just to play this into space, which they do. Gallardo. Gallardo's cross. And the ground. Samayoa trying to head this away. And Morales is onto it for Guatemala. Mendez-Lang trying to find Galindo. It's out for a throw-in. Ardon. Deflected cross. Right in the path. Galindo puts it across the 6, but the flag up for offside. Galindo might be arguing that that took a deflection, but he may have been in an offside position before anyway. Yep, he was. Again, Guatemala getting into those areas that can cause Panama some trouble, especially playing with 3 at the back like they do. They can pin those wing backs and force them to defend. It makes things hard, but this is played over the top. Hagen had it covered. Final minute of this first half. Guatemala get back into this, get it level going into the break. Seems like Panama, though, a more likely team to score the next goal in this game. As Blackman comes forward. Blackman cuts it in. Here's Diaz. Trying to leave it there for Godoy. And Morales stepped in. Guatemala play on here. They can keep this in. It's out for a throw. Down the line, Ardon. That was mishit. And we are into 3 minutes of first half stoppage time. And Zamudio again taking his time. Flipped along. Covered there by Ardon. Blackman. Down the line, Carrasquilla. Maybe just trying to switch the point of attack. It comes off, though, for Eric Davis. Davis trying to get the return. And Mendez Lang made a mess of that one. Hagen deflects it into the air. And somehow Guatemala get this away. That really could have been trouble. Instead, this played into space. And Rubin is onto it. Has to turn it back. That allows Panama to get bodies back defensively. Lindo asking for a whistle, and it won't come. Mejia going to avoid Said Martinez in the middle, the referee. Ball rolling onto the field. Now they're ready. Aparicio, service, headed clear. Mejia goes to ground and keeps it alive. Castellanos for Morales. Maybe last chance of his first half. It's wasted. And the referee will bring the first 45 minutes to a close. Well, this has been a feisty one so far between these two. Plenty of fouls, plenty of yellow cards, but it was a crucial foul in the opening few minutes that turned into a penalty. And then Eric Davis, officially in the 7th minute, able to bury it and give Panama the lead. We've reached halftime from Guatemala City. It's Guatemala 0, Panama 1. The teams making their way back out onto the field for this second 45 minutes of action as we welcome you back to Estadio Doroteo, Guamuch, Flores here in Guatemala City, Guatemala. Concacaf Nations League action, League A, Group A. Guatemala and Panama. And this has been a fun one through 45 minutes, and we'll see what gives here in the second 45 minutes. Guatemala trying to hold court here at home. Well, of course, Panama trying to go 2 wins out of 2. And it looks like we are going to get some substitutions. Ivan Anderson is preparing to come on, and he will check in for Cesar Blackman, who was on a yellow card. Looks like just the 1 sub. It will be a couple more subs for Guatemala. Oscar Santis. And it looked like Steven Robles. Yep, there he is, coming onto the field. Subs on both sides as we get this second half underway here under the lights from Guatemala City. And that is going to be a foul. And right onto the field, Oscar Santis making a difference. Will be Santis to stand over this, the 24-year-old. He sends it in, the header is down and wide. Had the attention of Zamudio. It looked like Rubin was up to meet it. And Rubin has really flourished since changing his nationality, at least in soccer terms, to Guatemala. Made a handful of caps for the United States, but made his one-time switch, and since coming over to Guatemala, he has done nothing but score. He has 5 goals, and many of them have been scored in this stadium. He scored 2 goals in the Gold Cup. He scored 3 goals in Concacaf Nations League in 2022-23. Scored 3 goals total, 2 of them in this stadium against the Dominican Republic, and he scored the first goal of the night in that crucial match against French Guiana back in March. Panama looking for more. The curling effort is wide. Fallardo is trying to line that one up. Confirmation of the subs. Like for like change with Ardon coming out for another outside back in Steven Robles, while Oscar Santis has replaced Nathaniel Mendez-Lang. And of course, Blackman coming off with Anderson coming on. Anderson, who plays for Monagas in Venezuela. Well, both Robles and Santis play domestically. Santis with Antigua, and Steven Robles plays in this stadium with Comunicaciones. Headed back into the middle, and Santis is onto it. Santis trying to step forward. Blocked down. Quick throw and to get it back in play. Robles Here's Ismael Diaz trying to get away from Robles and take the throw-in. Long switch of play. There's Davis trying to play it in the path of Ismael Diaz. Flicked forward. Santos couldn't keep that in play. Guatemala has tried to counter quite a few times tonight. Hasn't necessarily gone according to plan. Carrasquilla brought down. He's trying to turn the corner, and Castellanos just catching him. Had to be quick. Here's Godoy. Carrasquilla and Davis. Carrasquilla long over the top. Off the mark, looking for Ivan Anderson. Carrasquilla right through the middle, touched along. On the turn, Fallardo down the line. Anderson, he had lost his footing. Morales trying to get out of trouble. He's pulled back and lost a shin guard in the process, and they'll just toss it away. Somebody lost a shin guard. Over the top, and again, missed too close to Zamudio. This time it's Hagen who steps forward. Carrasquilla puts this one out. As a player is down, that is Cecilio Waterman. Maybe just pulling up there. You can see him grab that left hamstring, and that is not good news. Looks like sub preparing. Waterman, who is on a yellow card, 32-year-old, 25 caps, 8 goals in his international career. He plays for Cobresal in Chile. So he wants to try to come back on. Carrasquilla put it out of play, so Panama will start here from the back. Murillo long over the top. Now I'm trying to come to life here. This is deflects off Davis and out of play. Some trumpets in the crowd, trying to make this a festive atmosphere tonight in Guatemala City. Unfortunately, they were silenced pretty early on from the penalty. It's been the only difference between these two sides tonight. There's Zamudio yet again. Right through the middle, and the flag will go up. That flag really saves Guatemala there as Fajardo is in behind. Yeah, he was in an offside position, no doubt about it. Play this in behind, and this just is kept in play. The cross fired in. Chance to hit this, deflecting over the bar. Boy, that was dipping very, very quickly, but hit very well by Jose Morales. So Murillo nearly caught out by that deflection, and a corner kick coming. Santis will stand over it. Lofting this in. It's loose. Rubin couldn't get a shot towards goal. Oscar Santis. Santis right at Zamudio. Much better sequence there for Guatemala. Maybe getting a bit closer to trying to find that equalizer. Morales caught there by Fajardo. And a substitution is in the offing here. Eduardo Guerrero. And that is the end of the night for Cecilio Waterman. He was the one that pulled up, holding that hamstring a few minutes ago. He's also on a yellow card. It will be Guerrero coming in. A 23-year-old who plays for Zorya Luhansk. Just his 5th cap. Some fresh legs to apply some pressure to this Guatemalan back line. Got the last touch. Panama hits a corner kick. Santis sending this in. Header. It's a clearing header, and Godoy charging upfield. Anibal Godoy leading the break. Looking for options, there are many. Godoy deflected out of play, and Carrasquilla is asking him why he didn't receive that pass. There was a yellow card during that last sequence as well. It looks like that goes to Jose Fajardo. Mark Davis striding over to take this corner kick. Third corner of the night for Panama. Davis whips this in, the header's down and wide. There was a foul in there anyway on Jose Cordoba. Those new young players that Thomas Christensen has called upon. Currently plays for Levski Sofia in Bulgaria. Good handful of these Panamanian players playing abroad in Europe, and even in South America, outside of the Concacaf region. This is played back centrally, Carrasquilla. He goes down, but no whistle. That's the hour mark. It's turned over. Guerrero couldn't keep it. Played into the corner, Zamudio. He'll get there first. Just fires it out of play. And Zamudio is limping to try to get back into position. I think they're calling a foul here. They will bring this back. No throw-in coming. He's holding that right foot. There's that touch there on Zamudio. Was enough for a foul, apparently. Gallardo, was he caught? He was. It's a free kick to Panama. This crowd and these players don't necessarily agree with it. If anything, he sold it well. Davis standing over this. That wand of a left foot. Davis. Hagen is flying out to punch this away. It'll be a corner kick. Carrasquilla taking his time. Towards the near post. Godoy lofted back into the mixer. Andrade met it. It's still loose. Guerrero blocked down. Corner kick. Robles still trying to shake that one off as Carrasquilla stands over this. Touched into play. Davis delivers. Hagen's up for it. He got enough onto it. Now, can he find the quick distribution? Long over the top. Zamudio stays on his line as Anderson just has to touch this out. The ball came quickly, but nobody else in a white shirt did. Robles. Ball whipped in. Flipped off a Guatemalan head. Carrasquilla goes over the top. Carrasquilla continues his run. Coco Carrasquilla, he could be in. But a sliding challenge will disrupt all of that progress. Steven Robles. Boy, what a run that could have been, but he had white shirts converging on him very quickly. Looks like a couple of Guatemalan subs are preparing. Sentis. Tug of the jersey, Galindo, and a free kick to Guatemala. 25 minutes left. Two subs preparing. Garcia and Altan. Altan scored just the other day. Santis standing over this. A four-man wall for Panama. Santis will go for goal, and Zamudio able to push this out of play. Santis delivers. Good clearing header there from a Panamanian perspective, but now they might have numbers. It's 3-on-3 as they come forward. Guerrero on the outside of the right foot pass. It didn't work. Morales. Lofting this forward, and there it is, taken by Zamudio. Another look at that effort. Put it on goal. It needed saving. From that sort of distance, you could see him kind of cheating to that side of the goal. Deflected out of play. And the subs. Alejandro Galindo will be coming off, along with Carlos Mejia. It will be Esteban Garcia, Pedro Altan coming on. Both domestic players here in Guatemala. Carrasquilla. Shot blocked, and this will roll out for a corner. Fifth corner of the night that matches the total of Guatemala. In-swinger, looking for a flick. They'll do it again. Davis delivers again. Guatemala does just enough. Altan keeps it moving. Carrasquilla couldn't keep it alive. Now a foot race. Altan gets it out wide. Garcia goes over. It's a free kick, and this will be a yellow card as well. Ivan Anderson has his name taken, and potentially just inches away from a point to the spot. Another look here. I don't think any question the contact outside the area. This would be a better look. Yep. No penalty. No VAR. Whatever the decision is on the field is a decision that will stay. Here comes the free kick. It's fired in! Oscar Santis, an absolute banger! Guatemala's level! The halftime substitute has been making it happen since coming on. All of the traffic in front of Samudio. He had no sight of this, and it was fired in. No deflection on it. See it from both sides. As well taken as you could ever hope for. And Oscar Santis has the goal that Guatemala has been craving. That will be the end of the night for Coco Carrasquilla. Jovan Welch will take his spot. The 23-year-old currently plays his club football in Portugal. Hagen will hold on to this. I'm sure those in Houston happy to see Carrasquilla get his playing time, but now it's turned over, and a great tackle put in. I'm sure the people in Houston happy to see him get on the field tonight, but also happy to see him come off uninjured and ready to go back to the club. They're running in Major League Soccer. Robles. Pulled down, and now this crowd is back into it. They've been looking for a reason to scream and yell tonight. There haven't been many opportunities, but they are back into it now. Lighting up Estadio Doroteo, Guamuch, Flores. A draw would still keep Panama at the top of the group at the end of the night. Just based on they scored one more goal in their first match, beating Martinique 3-0 versus Guatemala's 2-0 win as they win this back. Flicked along and cleared away. Samayoa. And here's Welch. Throw into Panama. Gallardo. Panama now trying to silence this crowd like they did early on. Davis. Not an easy away day by any means for Panama. Welch trying to play that through, and it's broken up. Altan. Morales. Rubin just kept himself onside. Was he fouled? He was not, according to the referee. Cordoba. Will defend off Morales. And maybe a shot from distance. That ball put into orbit. A great crowd tonight of over 18,000 here in Guatemala City. And there is Darwin Lam coming on. Darwin Lam getting right into it. And this is a foul. It'll be a free kick going Panama's way. Another look at this goal. Just had eyes for the back of the net. No saving that one through all of the traffic in front. Santis put it exactly where it needed to go. And there's a look at the foul. There's Ricardo Phillips, who has come onto the field. As this one comes in, it's held on to by Hagen. Just a cacophony of noise now. Trying to keep this moving. Cordoba got his head to it. Lam brings it down. Now Robles. Sent towards goal and over the bar. Another game going on in Group A currently is Martinique 1, Curacao 0. It was Rubio Rubin who was the one that came off for Darwin Lam. Phillips for Davis. Davis sends the cross away. It's taken on the volley and bounces out of play. Youngster Guerrero. Forward to keep this alive. Kind deflection. It's Altan and it's blocked. Robles heads it out wide. Santis cleared away. Aparicio. There's the one change into the starting lineup tonight, with Rodrigo Saravia moving to the bench, and Aparicio has acquitted himself very well tonight. A very experienced player with well over 30 caps to his name. One international goal as well, Aparicio. Samayoa for Robles. Robles pulled down, free kick. Chances have started to slow a bit for Panama, and they're starting to open up a bit more for Guatemala. That means they can find a winner. It's probably too far for a shot, but see what Santis decides to do. He'll loft this one in, and it's over everybody's head. Samayoa just couldn't get on the end of it. Moved out wide for Anderson. Anderson trying to turn the corner. It's out for a goal kick. Thought maybe he'd get a foul there, but no whistle. Davis. Aparicio got his head to it for Guatemala. Robles had the last touch. A whistle, and this will be brought back, a foul. We'll go Panama's direction. The final two matches in this group stage will be road matches for Guatemala. Panama, they'll have one home and one away. Throw will go Panama's way. Some miscommunication there on the far side. Davis. Contact there. Phillips able to keep his balance. And Davis can't keep this in play. Altan got back to his feet very quickly. Good distribution from Hagen. Castellanos able to keep it before he's muscled off the ball by Welch. Gallardo. His cross blocked down. Samayoa is tackled out of play, and a throw-in going Panama's way. Played ahead. Maybe an opportunity coming. Instead, Samayoa just throws his body at the ball. Samayoa and Pinto have played very important roles tonight. Center back duo for Guatemala, and now it's Davis standing over yet another corner kick. It's the 8th of the match. Trying to take this on the volley. Wow, what a connection that was, even though it was fired over the bar. Would have been an absolute stunner from Fidel Escobar. Over the top. This might come off. Zamudio. Oh, he got a foot to it, then was able to get back onto it and deny Esteban Garcia. Risky business there from the Panamanian goalkeeper. And it looks like a substitution's coming. 5th and final sub. We'll see Rolando Blackburn come on. That's the end of the night for Jose Fajardo. Blackburn, over 50 caps. He scored 12 goals. The 33-year-old who plays for Tauro in Panama will check in. I don't think there was going to be enough power on that to get it all the way to goal, but get it past the goalkeeper, you never know what happens. Again, Samayoa sees that bounce out of play. And down the line, Blackburn. Cross lifted in. Will it be chased down? It will from Davis. Rolls this in. Phillips fires it across. Just got excited there and put a lot of power behind it. He needed composure. At the point of the game where I feel like maybe if there is a goal, it could be a winning goal. Lofted forward and out of play. 90 seconds remain, and then we'll see what there is for stoppage time. Zamudio sends it away. Robles in some trouble here. Eventually, whistle comes for a foul. Pinto lofting it forward. Collected by Darwin Lam. And Lam wins Guatemala a corner kick. Last seconds of the 90 ticking away. Santis, the goal scorer tonight for Guatemala. Does he have another moment of magic? This one sent in. It's kept alive. Garcia lifting it towards the penalty spot, and it's headed away. We're into 4 additional minutes. It's tackled out of play. Throw into Guatemala. That's going to be a yellow card. I think Altan knew exactly what he was doing there. The tackle from behind. In competitions such as these, they always say, try to win your home games to get a result on the road. Well, Panama are just about 3 minutes away from doing that after their 3-0 win over Martinique. Now trying to finish off a 1-1 draw. Maybe they can steal one at the end, but they sure don't want to lose this. Hagen, long downfield. Zamudio right at the top of his area. Zamudio had his feet taken out. Lam is saying he was pushed. Regardless, the referee says play on. Godoy. Phillips pulled down. It's that little push, and it was a bit of a connection between Lam and Zamudio. Cross comes in, the header is over the bar. Again, Guerrero was onto it. 100 seconds remain. Saying offside. Santis couldn't get him back into an onside position. Samayoa gets it away. Robles heading this forward. Davis. Right through the middle. Second ball's picked up. Is there something in this for Panama? Can they steal this at the end? Blackburn, a header taken by Hagen. 30 seconds to go. The crowd urging the home side on here. Welch just blasted out of play. All eyes on the referee. There's still about 20 seconds to go. Panamanian bench must have started their clock a bit early. One more roll of the dice. This is it. Pinto. Aparicio got to send it forward. And the referee has brought this to a close. An early goal from Panama is canceled out by a second half screamer from Oscar Santis in Guatemala. The points are shared here tonight. A hard-fought game between these two Group A rivals. It'll be Panama that'll end the window at the top of this group, at least for now. Trinidad and Tobago still plays El Salvador later on tonight. Well, that'll do it for our coverage tonight from Estadio Doroteo, Guamuch, Flores here in Guatemala City. For our entire crew, I'm Josh Eastern saying so long. Full time here, it finishes Guatemala 1, Panama 1.